I'm Rose from UK Care Guide, and in this short video I'm going to talk you through the advantages and disadvantages of a prepaid funeral plan. Let's start with the advantages or pros of a prepaid funeral plan. There are 3 key positives that you need to know about. 1. A funeral plan can bring you peace of mind. The death of a loved one is always difficult and incredibly upsetting. Financial distress is something that many families simply don't plan to suffer with or want to at a time that is often both very emotional and stressful. This is one of the main advantages for people that take out prepaid funeral plans in old age. They want to ensure that their family don't have the hassle and stress of organising or raising funds whilst they are grieving. 2. They allow you to choose the send-off that you want. Prepaid funeral plans ensure that you'll have the funds either partially or fully to have the send-off of your choice. Some providers offer a guarantee to cover the rising cost of funeral plans, effectively fixing your funds to enable you to pay for the funeral you want at today's prices. It's unfortunate and difficult for relatives when they cannot afford to pay for the funeral their loved one would have wished because appropriate arrangements hadn't been made. 3. It can help to reduce inheritance tax. Lastly, from a financial perspective, prepaid funeral plans could reduce inheritance tax as the money has been invested prior to your death. Without a plan in place, relatives would need to use funds from your estate, which may be subject to tax. So that covers some of the advantages of prepaid funeral plans. Now let's take a look at some of the disadvantages. 1. Upfront payment. The main negative of funeral plans is that you have to pay upfront, and you may need these funds for other things. For example, if you can't fully cover the cost now and dip into savings, you may find that you don't have the funds to cover the cost of residential care. 2. Not all costs are covered. Prepaid funeral plans won't always cover the full cost of your funeral. Most plans don't include funds for every aspect. For example, the procession and church service may be covered, but the cost of burial plots or cremation are left out. Extra details such as flowers may also be classed as additional items. For this reason, it's important to carefully consider whether the plan will provide the funeral you want and whether it's a cost-effective option for you. 3. You may die shortly after taking out the plan. Prepaid funeral plans are not suitable for anyone who could die imminently. Prepaid funeral plans are long-term investments designed to mature over time or be paid in instalments over the course of 1 or more years. Most plans state that if you die within 1 or 2 years of having taken out your policy, they will not be able to honour the plan. In this instance, your money is refunded to your estate, but it is unlikely to cover the cost of your funeral. Even if you don't fall within this limit, if you die before you have paid for the plan, your relatives will need to pay the remaining balance before your funeral can be arranged, or cancel the plan and obtain a refund. 4. It may not suit your personal financial situation. You should also consider your personal financial situation when taking out a prepaid funeral plan. If you think you may run out of funds to pay for your monthly fee, either because you are paying for care or have used up your savings, then the plan will be cancelled. Most companies have a cancellation policy and fees attached. For this reason, it's key to consider the future carefully before taking out a plan. If you change your mind within 30 days, most providers will enable you to cancel without charge. Today we have shared the most common pros and cons of prepaid funeral plans. I hope you found this video useful. If you need more information, please do watch our video on what a funeral plan is and how it works.